I was not ready for how addictive Atralia Elixir is, so stay tuned. What's good, guys? Hunter here and welcome back to Fragrance Hunt. I hope you're all doing good. Today we are reviewing a very hyped up fragrance from the house of Atralia, which is the Elixir, which I believe was their first fragrance and introduction into the perfume game, I think last year. And now Atralia has been making so many great fragrances now, but we're gonna be talking about Elixir, guys, and I'm so excited because, like I said, this stuff right here is extremely addictive and very seductive. And it's definitely gonna be in the same realm as L'Homme Elixir, which of course we all know about at this time, guys. Minty, tobacco, vanilla type of fragrance. That's pretty much exactly what this is, but it does have its own tweaks and differences to it as well. So have you guys heard about Atralia yet? You probably have, at least if you're on TikTok, because this fragrance and this brand has pretty much gone viral. And it's crazy how many of these new Middle Eastern brands are popping up left and right. But to be honest with you guys, I'm not even really that mad about it now because these things are very high quality and very affordable. I also do want to shout out perfumeonline.ca for sending Atralia Elixir over for review. I'm still going to keep it honest with you guys, of course, but you can use code HUNTER5 on the website to save 5% off at checkout. Plus, they do have very fast shipping into the US. And a huge catalog of fragrances like this and many other Middle Eastern brands, designer, and even niche fragrances. Now let's run down some information. Now Atralia Elixir was launched in 2024. Like I said, it came out last year at the time of this recording, and I believe the first fragrance from the house of Atralia for the retail price on the only sizes comes in, which is the 100 ml. Is going to run you around that $35 price point, which is very reasonable, especially for the kind of fragrance you're getting, and you'll find out why a little bit later because this stuff is good. Concentration is going to be in eau de parfum, so you're getting around 20% oils, which is always respectable. And for the perfumer, I tried to do some research that I could. Came up short. I have no idea the nose behind this particular fragrance. With all the information out of the way, let's look at the packaging and presentation you get with this one now. All right, take a look at this box, which has a nice kind of rubbery texture finish to it. Elixir in gold, Atralia eau de parfum 100 ml. On the bottom, you got your barcode and batch code to authenticate a product to see when it was actually produced. Mine was produced in July of 2025. On the back, all your ingredients information as well as the Atralia logo up top. Now take a look at this bottle, which I love the aesthetic of this bottle, guys. It has this kind of brown colored glass right there. Elixir in gold, Atralia got these X's on this side, X's on this side as well, which is a nice touch. Sticker on the bottom. Another on top of the cap, which is, I think, a metal. It's kind of like a thin metal, but it does have a nice heft to it. Another on the atom margin. It does click into place pretty securely. All in all, beautiful bottle presentation. In the top, you're gonna find mint, lavender, and bergamot. In the mid, you got amber, benzoin, and pineapple. And in the base, you got tonka bean, vanilla, and musk. And this will be classified as a sweet spicy. So let's spray this, test out these atomizers. Beautiful distribution, guys. I don't want to wear that today. I actually wore this yesterday, and I'm telling you, it's strong. So let's go ahead and remind myself of the hyped up Atralia Elixir. And of course, I'll let you guys do the first sniff. So does that opening remind you of L'Homme Elixir? Because it's almost identical, at least in the opening, because you're gonna get that very crisp, aromatic fougere lavender vibe right away. A ton of lavender, of course, mixed together with that very refreshing green minty vibe as well, guys, which I always love that combination between lavender and mint, and I think that's why L'Homme Elixir pretty much took over. So yeah, the opening right away is very, very familiar to L'Homme Elixir, no doubt about that, guys. You can tell it's inspired by that through and through from the opening. Now, they also listed the bergamot, which I'm personally not getting any of that crisp kind of citrusy bergamot vibe at all, guys. Primarily aromatic lavender and refreshing mint. I also do own a few other fragrances inspired by L'Homme Elixir. However, though, I think this one right here is by far my favorite one now, because it almost captures that essence from the Elixir and almost makes it even better, especially as it dries down, guys. And it's always been a crazy scent profile because it opens up refreshing and minty and dries down kind of dark, creamy, and spicy. Now, as we start transitioning into the mid is where it starts to become warmer and more resinous from, of course, that golden warm amber and this kind of resinous sweet benzoin vibe as well, guys. The benzoin is very, very heavy in this composition. Now, Atralia also adds a note of pineapple, which I'm actually getting to my nose, guys. It brings out this fruity sweetness kind of pineapple vibe, which I think works flawlessly thrown into this DNA, guys, it just kind of amps it up even better, because you're not going to find pineapple in Le Male Elixir at all. So like I said, this is not a one-on-one dupe. It's inspired by it, but also has its own tweaks and differences, which I think might even go in a better direction personally. So who doesn't love a good pineapple scent? If you don't love pineapple, man, I don't even want to be friends with you guys, because pineapple is fantastic. So warm, resinous, and sweet, slightly tropical pineapple vibe as this one starts to settle. And believe me, you're still getting the mintiness and the lavender from the opening. And then finally in the base, once this one sits for a few hours, you're gonna get this kind of tobacco, earthy tonka bean vibe in the dry down of this one as well, guys. Mixed together with this sweet, creamy, spicy, warm vanilla as well, which work perfectly together. Tonka bean and vanilla is primarily what you're going to be left with in the DNA of this one, which is also very similar to the dry down from Le Male Elixir, guys, at a complete fraction of the price as well. So to me, guys, this almost smells like Le Male Elixir but added with pineapple, and I love that added note. Now I do also own like Offnon's 9 PM Elixir, which was supposed to be inspired by that fragrance as well, but that is far too spicy in comparison to something like this or Le Male Elixir as well. And I can see why Atralia completely took off after their first introduction with this fragrance, because this is outstanding, and I'm sure their other fragrances are gonna be very good as well too, because I do own a couple, haven't reviewed them yet. Definitely gonna be reviewing more Atralia fragrances down the line for sure, because Elixir is a complete hit, and I love this one now, guys. Like I said, it's very seductive, sexy, and very addictive. So for the best seasons to rock this one, this is primarily going to be for the fall and winter strictly, guys. For the colder weather, when you want something warm, cozy, etc. Not something you want to wear in the spring or summer, like high heat weather situations at all. It's too thick, potent, and could be a little bit cloying if you did try to do that. Oh man, for the fall and winter, which we're in right now, this thing is beautiful. And when I wore this one actually yesterday as well, my girl even gave me a compliment and said that I smell so sexy and cozy and perfect for like the fall. And for occasion, this one is both casual and formal in my opinion, but depending on what you're really doing, it's not gonna really fit going to like a work office or something like that, but it will fit casually if you're going in like in the evening time to a party, to a club, going on a date night especially, guys, because like I said, this one's sexy, seductive, and addictive, and your date's gonna be addicted to the way you smell, I guarantee it. Because my girl was all over me the last time I wore this one. She was saying that I never smelled it this good in a while. And believe me, coming from me, guys, with all these fragrances you see behind me and over there, I have so many shells. That's a huge compliment. Just a very sexy date night targeted fragrance for the price, guys. Gotta be one of the best out there for under 40 bucks. And for gender, very masculine DNA as well, guys. Nothing feminine about this one at all. And that's why ladies are gonna love this on you, because what kind of woman does not love a masculine smelling man, right? They do. And it's primarily because of that aromatic lavender, that kind of tobacco-like tonka bean, and all of those warm or resinous notes. And it's actually crazy how well this DNA works, guys, being minty and also being dark, sweet, spicy. But for sure gives off a masculine vibe, no doubt about that. Now for age groups, this one's a very versatile, both youthful and mature. No age group is really just for this fragrance alone, guys. Very versatile when it comes to that. I could picture somebody in the late teens rocking it, going to high school. I could picture somebody like 40s and up rocking it as well, going to work, etc. I can see the younger audience really rocking with Atralia Elixir, which I think right now is probably who's really wearing it the most, especially if you're on TikTok, because this fragrance was all over the place over there. And I really wish I could just delete TikTok, guys, but I really can't because of business purposes only, because I cannot stand short form content, guys. Especially the fragrance content over there is just turning into brain rot content. People being complete idiots. It's so sad to see. And just all this rage bait stuff. But hey, that's another topic for another time, guys, because I know I can get way off topic talking about that, because yeah, I'm not a fan of it. But that's pretty much where this fragrance completely took off and got a ton of hype was over there. Now, wrapping the review off, talking on the performance you're gonna get from Atralia Elixir. Now, this is an eau de parfum concentration, but guys, this stuff performs so good on skin. I got around 10 hours of very good solid longevity, guys, where it doesn't turn into a skin set until closer up to that 10-hour mark. Believe me, this stuff really is potent and kind of lives up to that Elixir name, because when you think of Elixir fragrances, you think of strong beast mode fragrances, which this one pretty much is. And if you apply your clothes, it's gonna last a few days, believe me. Because I sprayed my pajama shirt like yesterday when I was wearing it at home, and I can still smell it so vividly today into the next day like I just sprayed it again, guys. Such a strong fragrance. And when it comes to projection as well, guys, you're gonna get loud, room-filling beast mode projection from Atralia Elixir as well, guys. It's gonna fill up an entire room Almost doesn't even matter what kind of size room you're in. Obviously, maybe not like a stadium, of course, but definitely a strong, strong fragrance. So whoever you see within your proximity is gonna be able to smell this one on you, and it's gonna get you a ton of attention. Be cautious because, like I said, this one's seductive and addictive. You might have people following you around just because of how good it smells. Because the scent trail you leave behind you and you kind of walk around, go about your day, go about your business, behind you is so heavenly, guys. You're gonna get this aromatic kind of lavender minty vibe with that kind of tobacco, sweet, warm resonance, and pineapple nuance going on. And all those notes combined together make for something very seductive. And for under 40 bucks, this one's almost a no-brainer pretty much. But that's gonna do it for my review of the hyped up Atralia Elixir. Let me know down below if you guys tried this one, if you tried anything from the house of Atralia, and if you have recommendations that I should review next, drop a comment down below. I would love to see that. But besides that, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, because what are you doing? I got you guys with daily fragrance content, of course. Catch all of you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.